to Afro Expats. This is a channel that was created to target people who are interested in moving abroad, especially Afro-Americans. At this time, we thought it would be helpful to put some information out about our experience and also the ups and downs of moving and living abroad, mostly ups. And we just wanted to share because there's a lot of places out there now that are on Facebook asking people if they want to exit, but there's not a lot of places for people to post and talk about their actual exit. So here we are. We moved away 2 years ago from the US, and I decided that at the time I did not want to stay in the US with my child. I really was concerned about a lot of different things, and since then it's seemingly gone a little bit more downhill. I am happy we made this move, so I thought it would be smart to share my experiences with the general public and those who are really looking to move abroad. We decided at the time to look at various countries. I looked at countries in Europe and other countries in Central America. For example, Costa Rica was always on our list, and then I also looked at Panama, and then Mexico kept coming up in our research online on places that are great for people to move to and save money, and Mexico kept popping up. I actually visited Mexico quite a bit, and for no reason I didn't really consider it strongly, mostly because we had some other thoughts in mind. We decided that this was a great spot for us to be and to look into a little bit further. It was coming up as the top 3 spots for those who are trying to save or live somewhere that's somewhat close to the US, and also where they have a very good population of other expats who have already done it. So 2 years ago, after doing a research trip to the city we live in, which is called San Miguel de Allende, we decided to pack up, and 6 months later we moved to Mexico. So having said all of that, there are a lot of details in the move and the process, and it's different for everyone. However, I will share our experiences over the other videos that I will create, but in the moment I want to speak a little bit about Mexico as a whole. There are approximately 129 million inhabitants that live here. They also have a very large expat population. It's about 9,000. Now, are they 9,000 Afro-Americans? No. But they are varied and mixed, and we really love it because it's a melting pot. It allows people to kind of adjust and make that transition in regard to living abroad. The language, because it's such a varied town that relies heavily on foreigners, it's a place where you can come to, and if you don't know Spanish well, you can fit in and it feels comfortable. I looked at some other cities before making this final decision. For example, Mexico City, Guadalajara, I looked at Guanajuato and some other places, and I thought this was going to be a good transition for our family since none of us were extremely fluent in Spanish. I knew my son would pick it up in no time, but just the start part of it, I wanted to make sure that it was a positive experience for us. One of the questions that I get asked often is why San Miguel, and I always say, why not San Miguel? San Miguel is such a great option for anyone who has a child, either a couple or children or a single parent household. It's such a fantastic community. We are excited that we made this choice. We did not really know what we know now, and this is why I'm here to share this with you. I've had several people ask me, what's it like living there? What's it like for a person of color living there? And I can say that I feel very accepted. The community that we live in allows my child to get outside and mix with a wide range of children that have a Mexican background, that have an American background, some Asian background possibilities, you name it. We have met some fantastic neighbors, people that live here. There's so much to do. The community support is unbelievable. In Florida for over 10 years, I was not privy to having a nice, wide support system. And here I feel that it exists, basically. You're able to find someone to help you, whether it be via housekeeping or just assisting with things that happen in your normal day-to-day movements. I find that my son is very happy here. He is thriving. He loves where he lives, and I did not have a comfortability raising him in the U.S., and I'm really happy that this has proven to be even more than I expected. So in saying all of that, if you have a child and you're considering even a temporary move, I think this is a very good option to let your child just be a child. And I really wanted his childhood to have some resemblance of what I grew up with, which is playing outside, having fun with your friends, and it was a safe environment for him to do that. And I can honestly say that that exists where we live, especially here in San Miguel. There's a wide gamut of things for children to do. There's art classes, there's horseback riding, there's hiking. There are all sorts of things. For example, coming up next weekend, we're planning on doing a mushroom tour. And we're going to an actual forest to do it, and there'll be a professional chef that will basically cook whatever we pick, and the kids are for free, and it's just amazing. You know, there's so many things that I can't really go down the list on in this particular video, but I will cover in some future videos our experiences here. And I think that people need to know that this is not a bad spot. Moving to Mexico, people want to know, what is that going to cost me? My answer to that is you can live as minimal as you would like, and or as lavish as you would like. We decided to downsize quite a bit before moving here. One of the things that a lot of folks tend to do is sell everything and just go. And I think that's admirable. Cold turkey works for a lot of folks. It did not quite work for us. However, I did downsize a lot. I only came with about a one-bedroom amount of things that I really did not want to start all over with. However, if I had to, I can tell you, you can get everything here. A lot of the places are furnished, and or if they're unfurnished, you know, then you have to literally buy appliances. They do not come with an appliance if you're renting. The rents range probably from about $200, $300 US for an efficiency, which would come fully furnished and maybe some utilities included, all the way up to as high as you would like it to be. I can say there are some very lavish, beautiful homes, and there are also efficiency and basic, simple living if that's what you're looking for or your budget dictates. So we just want to share our experience. We decided to be kind of middle of the road. We wanted to live in this development that's gated, and it's a great spot, like I said earlier, for children. This is part of the reason why we chose here. The cost of living, I think, is approximately a third less. In some areas, it could even be 50% less. You can get medical insurance here for very little, and the coverage is great. There's a company called Expats. They provide insurance for people who are living here full time. The deductible amounts vary as well, and the type of coverage, but it's very good coverage. I've actually signed up with them for 2 years in a row, and we haven't had any major thing happen. However, I know others who have used their services for surgeries and some more major things, and the doctors and hospitals that provide services, rather, they are top notch. So you're not going to miss out on anything with that either. Insurance for auto, very cheap. We pay $300 a year for our vehicle, which is a little older but not super old. It's probably about 10 years old, and it's full coverage, and we literally pay less than $300 a year for insurance on our vehicle. That's what we were paying a month in the US. So I'm just giving you some comparisons. Not everyone has or wants a vehicle, but if you live a little bit outside of town like we do, we're not far from the center. We're probably about a 5 to 10 minute drive from the center, but we wanted to have a vehicle to get around, to go to other places in Mexico. The other things to talk about is going to be utilities. Again, very nominal. You pay every other month the water, and every other month the electricity. Also, the electricity kind of depends, I think, on where you live. If you live on the beach, it can cost a lot more because you're running an actual air conditioner, which is a necessity. Here in San Miguel, it's just not a necessity. So for us, we are very low on that particular cost, and on water we literally pay probably about $15 a month, and electricity maybe $40 a month or even less. So let's just give you an idea of some of the things. You can get housekeeping, you can get a sitter, you could probably get a full-time nanny if you really needed that, or a nanny that comes to your house to help out. If you work from home, things like this, and there are just, great people here to help, and it also helps them tremendously. It helps the economy here. So in this regard, I feel that we have gained more than we expected, and our quality of life really has been raised moving from the US. Those are factors that play a huge role in moving abroad, and I just want people to understand some of the things that we get here we would not necessarily do or be able to afford on a regular basis in the US. And here the scales are different. So if you are looking, for example, a housekeeper, you can probably get someone for 3 or 4 hours a day for about $25 to clean your home. If your home is smaller, it might be less. On average, I would say people have at least a housekeeper coming once a week. So just kind of sharing some of those things so people can appreciate the option of living or moving to Mexico. Thank you so much for joining me here at Afro Expats and my new channel. I appreciate your presence, and I would love if you would subscribe below. Find us also on Facebook and Instagram. Additionally, for those who have already done this, please share your experience and spread the love, spread the knowledge, and we're all here to support each other, especially for those who are in the US and are very much interested in moving abroad. Let our experiences help you get there. All right, everyone, have a great day.